Very good evening, friends. Welcome to the sixth episode of Physio Samvad, and let the listeners join in. Very good evening, Nishu. Very good evening, Rachita. Very good evening, Vipin. Hello, Rachita. Hello, Vipin, Ripan, Anu. Today we have Dr. Abhijit Datta sir with us. He is from Assam, and he is the Associate Dean of Assam Downtown University. So I am waiting for him to join. And the good thing is, it happens very rarely. Today is the birthday of Dr. Abhijit Datta sir. So we have the birthday boy as our resource person. Let him join in. Hello Ali, hello Vishu, Nikita, Shivani Sharma, all are welcome. Let Abhijit Datta sir join in. Good evening, Dr. Bhavna. Nishu, I am good. Janki Valan joined. Hello Janki. Very good evening, Anu. Welcome to Physio Samvad episode 6. Hello Jyotsna and Sounds Good. What's your name? Sounds Good. Just let me send this message to Abhijit Datta sir. I'll request Abhijit Datta sir, if he is watching, kindly send me the message so that I can add him. Kindly wave any comment, if you are listening to this live video, can you just type very good evening Anu. Now Abhijit Datta sir has waved. I will request him. Very good evening and happy birthday, brother.
Very good evening, and thank you so much, brother. Thank you, Dr. Saurabh.
All the listeners can wish him happy birthday. And look at this man who gives us the time to celebrate the birthday with him. So I've got this very nice sticker over here. This says happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
So it was actually over here, so I thought of showing it to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
So let me tell you, it's a formal welcome to Dr. Abhijit Datta. He is a PhD scholar, and he is the Associate Dean in Assam Downtown University. And he is also working as a principal and has so much of skills under his belt. He is the member of our Art of Manipulation family, and he has learned many courses, many skills from all over the globe. Apart from these professional attributes, he is a very well-known dancer and also plays music very well. He is just like the star of the East, and from the land of rising sun, from the land of the East, he is working very hard for the physios in the eastern states and has brought very good results. So I heartily welcome you, Dr. Abhijit, sir.
Thank you so much.
So first of all, we will discuss about the topic that we decided to take up today is the physiotherapy profession, the journey ahead. So what do you think, brother? How is the physiotherapy profession going to grow in the coming years? How much relevant is physiotherapy for the coming generations? and how much is important to be a physiotherapist. Like many states, like the northeastern states or the states, those who are where there is a lot of connectivity issues, where there are no direct flights. Do you think that physiotherapy is popular in those states, and what is the future of physiotherapy according to you in India?
Okay, a very good topic and a very important topic actually at the current situation. So, am I audible? Am I okay? Audible, Dr. Saurabh?
Yes, brother. Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So, as a physiotherapist, and whatever I have learned and gained, and whatever this profession has given me, I could say is that it is a very noble profession, and I am lucky and blessed that I have chosen this profession, and I am a physiotherapist, a proud physiotherapist today, and I could, hold my position here, and I could guide my students, the scholars, and I could treat the patients. So this noble profession, like 10 years back, if we see, all over India, especially in Northeast, we were the first batch of people who, came to Assam after pursuing our degrees, and at that time, it was a complete new branch where, like, one has to go outside the state to pursue his or her degree, and
Right.
it was a vague idea of what is physiotherapy, but people thought that okay, मेडिकल नहीं मिला, एमबीबीएस नहीं मिला, बीडीएस नहीं मिला, चलो मेडिकल लाइन में कुछ कर लेते. They were maximum like this, okay. So, but slowly, in the transition, what I have seen in the 10 years, so now I am seeing the generation, they are preparing themselves for physiotherapy entrance. They are focused that we want to become physiotherapists. We want to pursue this degree. It is not like that, okay, waiting list mein naam aa gaya, after MBBS, BDS, we will go. No, now the situation is completely different. So that means this profession has shown its importance in the medical fraternity, and today, not only in hand to hand, but this profession has become an integral part and very important, I could say a very important rehabilitation, or what you say, a part of a holistic treatment. When we see a patient, when we see in the hospital a patient, so that patient is treated by a group of individuals, and that group comprises from the surgeon, from the head nurse, from the dietitian, from the investigation people, from the ICU technician, ICU therapist, or whatever. So this whole team, one of the integral member is the physiotherapist, which does the rehab part and the treatment part, and in some cases, in some ailments, I would say it plays a major role in diagnosis also, mainly the musculoskeletal and the orthopedic and the neuro conditions, where sometimes the medical fraternity also misses out sometimes in the investigations, or hurriedly they are referred to surgeries and all. But
Right.
but if the person goes for a physiotherapy, proper physiotherapy session, proper qualified hands, I think he or she can be spared from the surgery, or he or she can be spared from the invasive procedure. So
Right.
I think at this point, at this era, physiotherapy is an integral and a very much important part. And also in the COVID-19, if you see, it affects the lungs. In India, whatever strain we are getting, it results in pneumonia, whatever we are seeing, and the person is admitted in the ICU. Now, when the person is admitted in the ICU, definitely along with the other professionals, the ICU physiotherapist comes into the scenario. And then the ICU physiotherapist, the breathing exercises, the mobilizations, the rehabilitations, or whatever procedures the physiotherapist will give to treat the patient or to enhance the early recovery. So I think it is one of the most noble professions, and I believe that this is a profession of bonding. Bonding, when I say, because when you go to a general practitioner or a surgeon or a doctor, the time or the time you get to involve, and the therapist and the patient time is far ahead. The therapist becomes a part of the patient, not only the patient, the patient's family, and
Right.
the therapist has to understand the patient's psychology. The patient's he has to get blend, and he has to develop a bonding. He has to motivate him
Right.
psychologically, because along with the treatment, I think the psychological bonding and the motivation plays a very important role in the part of a physiotherapist's treatment. And I think in the coming years, I think it is already in a boom. Already there is lack of qualified physios across India, across the world, and still we are lacking the qualified physiotherapists in the government sector, in the private sector. And in the coming years, I think it is definitely going to shine. This profession is going to shine more and more. And as I said, it is one of the integral profession of the medical fraternity. So
Thank you so much,
definitely it is
brother.
going to shine.
No one can doubt. Now I asked a
Yes.
simple question about how you see physiotherapy, and all the
Yeah.
listeners and the viewers are seeing that
Mm.
nobody in this earth can stop Abhijit Datta from talking about physiotherapy. It's a long answer that you get about physiotherapy from the heart of this great clinician and academician, because we got a 15 marks reply from the great dean, our associate dean, Dr. Abhijit Datta sir. And this is what is the greatness of Abhijit Datta, that when you ask about physiotherapy, he is such connected to this profession and about the welfare, about the strength of physiotherapy. And very few people in India, Abhijit, talk so profoundly about the strength of the profession, because
Mm.
when people will talk about physiotherapy, they will talk about the negative things, that we don't have the council, or we have other issues, salary issues, or you can say recognition, identity crisis. There are so many issues that physiotherapy profession goes through. But
Mm.
there are few people who will always focus on the strength, and that is real physiotherapy as well. So
Mm.
I'm not saying that we should ignore the problems, but
Mm.
we need to focus on the strength, and we need to motivate our students to do well in the future, because we all have our own journeys, and we all have our different kind of successes that we get. So it's an individual's journey, how much hard work and dedication he puts in. So that was a brilliant, brilliant reply. And this was an answer to all those who talk negative about physiotherapy and the physiotherapy profession. Thank you so much for that answer, because that was epic. I asked you one simple question, and the reply, I can listen to that reply for n numbers of time, and that is a motivation for all your students. And that is why I get responses from so many places, that your ADTU students are working in Bangalore, in Delhi, in various parts, various states, and they both are they are doing amazing job. They get brilliant reviews from the teachers they are working
Mm.
under. So all kudos to you and your team.
Thank you so much.
So, brother, I'm talking about the physiotherapy profession, the journey ahead. Do you think we
Mm.
need to somehow upgrade the syllabus in the
Mm.
physiotherapy? What do you think that what can be done on the national level, that we have a uniform syllabus?
Yes, this is a very good question, and this is a question of my area, I would say, because as an academician, as an academician, and the so many years I have been into academics, and I have been seeing the syllabus, seeing different kind of upgradations in different syllabuses topics. So I think yes, this is a high time that nationally we should think of upgrading our syllabus and bringing into more of practical points, more of practical hands-on skills to the syllabus. I would suggest that if you can involve more on hands-on skills, like there are many techniques of manual therapy where the student, after the graduation or after even the masters, has to go and has to do the certifications, has to go and learn, has to go and pursue the course. So why not the basic structure of the syllabus is upgraded in a way so that these all techniques, these all hands-on skills and methods can be a part of the normal curriculum, so that what happens because that students who cannot, after some, maybe after graduation, he is in a remote area, or he is not well connected, or he is not that much, sometimes I would say, okay, some people, maybe some students cannot every time afford to go outside and pursue every course. This is very, very much practical thing. So
Right.
why cannot our syllabus include some important tools, basic tools, and hands-on skills in the curriculum, as a part of the curriculum, so that when he passes out the BPT or passes out the masters, he has enough tools in his armory. He can go and serve the society. He does not have to again think and sit down कि okay, BPT कर लिया, अब MPT कर लिया, अभी तो कुछ किया ही नहीं, अभी भी मुझे और कुछ करना है. I have to go and do a certification, I have to go outside and do a course, I again have to attend so many workshops. I'm just saying one thing. So if this can be a part of the curriculum, or blended in the curriculum, so I think definitely the budding physios, the next generation physios will come out as a strong Indian physio. The scenario of the Indian
Strong
physio is.
underground.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes, that is the answer.
So, Abhijit Datta sir, you are dreaming of a syllabus in which dry needling, MFR, manipulation, mobilization, taping are all included in the syllabus.
Yes.
Where you need not to send your physios for other workshops, seminars, and pain education be the part of it. More researches be the part of it.
Yeah.
More time to be spent in the clinical area.
Yes.
It's not just that more patients be made available to the physios for evaluation. The clinical duties should be regular, and
Yes.
inclusion of all the latest researches. There should be a subject on the pain education. There should be a subject where all the advanced techniques whatsoever comes
Yes.
in the near future as well, made with cupping, dry needling, manipulation, mobilization, manual therapy separately, or the PRTs, METs, whatsoever it is. It should be hands-on, another different subject that should
Yes.
be actually focused on, and not only included in the syllabus for sake of adding a paper to it, for adding just the exam to it, for cramming on the thing, but it should be 70% hands-on practicals versus 30% of theory.
Exactly. And I would like to say, see, there will be always upgradations of a particular subject or fraternity. Okay, for that always continuing physiotherapy educations, or CPE, or continuing learning process, that is always there. That always we can go and attend conferences, we can do new researches. That is always welcome. But what I'm saying is that if the basic components of all these tools is included in the syllabus, then I think definitely the next batch, the next generation of physiotherapy, the whole scenario will change. That is my belief.
Right, bro. So that's a thing that to look out for. Brother, talking of physiotherapy education, I know that you have to go to a conference, you have to take a lecture in Dhaka for a conference as well. So I'll not take much of the time, but we have two, three more questions that we
Yes,
need to
yes.
take up. Uh, so, do you think that there is the need of research-based learning in India?
Mm,
Because we see that the researches are not so profoundly done, and we still rely on international journals for most of the researches. And
mm.
the researches that are done in India are not of very few of them meet the international standards. And do you think that we need to focus on the research part of this in context of the Indian population? Because we have different
Yes.
lifestyle, different kind of population, and different kind of injuries. We are a totally different population with different cultural beliefs as well. So,
Mhm.
do you think more research efforts can be done in this by the physiotherapy community?
Yeah, definitely, because now the research is actually lacking whole India wise. If we see, you're talking about Northeast, definitely here also there is a lot of scope of doing research, because when you go place wise, geographical differences wise, there will be, as you said, there will be difference in the culture, in the food habits, in the lifestyle, in the different ways of living. So according to that, there will be different ailments and lifestyle diseases or pain problems. So I think research should be inculcated from the student level. I think from the BPT level, they should have projects. MPT always we have a dissertation, okay, fine. But from the BPT level, we should have projects, the basic research projects, and also we should now think of more researchers on a particular area. Suppose we are in Northeast in Assam. So the population in the Northeast, their lifestyle, their problems, maybe some problems in the Northeast will be more compared to the northern side. Yeah.
Let just allow me to interrupt. I just want to add, brother, that in the Northeast, tea plantation is a very common thing.
Yeah.
And we see tea workers wearing this and carrying a lot of tea leaves and certain kind of activity that they do in plucking the tea leaves. And
Yes.
so they carry that bowl, that basket around the
Ah.
back, and they keep on working for hours in the same position. So
Mm.
certain activities in a certain particular areas can
Mm.
have impact on certain areas of the body. So that
100%.
likewise,
Yeah.
we can have researches on certain issues faced by a group of population, and we need to research on particular population so that we get the deeper insights of what the people require and how physiotherapists are going to help. What do you think?
Yes, definitely. And I would like to say in this platform that the mainly the clinicians, the practicing physios who have their own clinics or practicing in hospitals, they should be much more active, because they are handling patients. They are handling patients on a daily basis. So they have a good opportunity to do and various kind of research on their techniques, on their methodologies, and this can increase the or enhance the research level in India as a whole.
Brother, do
Mm.
you feel that there is need of a journal, of a physiotherapy journal that is for the Indian physios, that is to be made, uh, where there is proper set of guidelines, proper reviewing of the research papers, and a set standard to meet the Scopus index, so that we as Indian physios don't search for various journals, but we have a certain criteria to meet, where
Mm.
all the researches from the Indian physios can be
Mm.
seen, or it should be there. There are many, but do you
Mm.
think that we need to have a very well defined journal for the physios in India?
Yes, yes, definitely. Because what you are saying, the point I can understand. Like any kind of journal, we follow the international journals, like the JOS PT or whatever good journals. So to meet the benchmark, or to keep a journal so that the other countries also refer our journal as an Indian journal, standard journal. Definitely, I think that is much required, and we all should, unitedly contribute for that journal.
Right, brother. So
Yes.
you are the torchbearer, since you are the associate dean of one of the universities. What do you think? What do you think that physiotherapy profession on the whole should be doing at first after the post-corona? Because most of the students are there who are not able to give the exams because of this corona pandemic 2019. We Because of this, most of the students in the final years are not able to give the exams. So is there any way to take the examinations? What is the way through? What is the way out of this pandemic? How are you working to address this issue?
Yeah. So this crisis is mainly affecting the students, and most importantly, they are affecting the final years. So as I said, we at the university level, we have from the day one, we have started our online classes in various platforms like Google Classroom, YouTube lecture videos, Zoom classrooms, and then WhatsApp groups, whatever ways possible. Also, you must be knowing I am trying to arrange a series of webinars with many eminent lecturers, including you. And so I think that is the one way to make them engaged, to make them do not deviate from these from this study in this long gap of crisis. And when we do such kind of activities, first thing is they are at least connected to the studies, and second thing is regarding the exams. Our university level, we are coming up with the online mode of exams for the theory, and
Wow.
for the practical part, on the theory also we have three categories. One category will be understanding and remembering question. One category will be analyzing and evaluating, and the other category will be problem solving and case. So we have designed a software. Our university IT cell is there. They have designed the whole system of examination. There will be time bounded exam, MCQs in online, time bounded. So particular time will be there. In particular time, the student has to give the answer and click the right answer. He cannot come back and again correct the answer. So he has
Okay.
to be. And regarding the practicals, still we are thinking that let us wait till July. And if the things get better, practical, as you know, is always best if we can do physically. But yes, if these things continues same like this, then maybe we have to find an alternative way of conducting the practicals through Zoom or through Viva or something like that. So this
You
is the
can,
right.
you can definitely. It's just a suggestion from my side, because since they
Yes,
are living with their family members,
yes,
they can upload a video of doing a particular technique. You can ask a one-on-one
yes,
Zoom webinar with
yes,
because since they have families at home, they are already living with them. They are not separated. They can touch
mm,
them. So you can ask for on a Zoom Viva just to show a test. Suppose if they want to demonstrate a Sperling test, he can grab the neck of his
yeah,
sibling,
mm,
his brother, and then show it to you. So you are finding an innovative way. It's great to know that you are finding a series of tests that too online. And
mm,
I guess most of the clinicians. That is why I have called you, the
mm.
birthday boy, the great Abhijit Datta, because you always have something innovative in your head going on, and to help your students in this pandemic, to make them engaged with physiotherapy all the time. Even when you approached me, it was a pleasure to have been invited by the ADTU, because it's like my family. And I have seen so many of learned physios doing the seminars for the ADTU students as well. So this is what we as physios need to learn. And Abhijit Datta sir, once again a very happy birthday. I'll open this debate for listeners to, if they want to ask any question about from the Abhijit Datta sir, because I am opening the debate right now, because at 6:25 Abhijit Datta sir has to join another webinar in Bangladesh. You told me. So it's open for all. If anyone asks, wants to ask any question from the Abhijit Datta sir.
And can I say something?
Brother, most welcome.
See, first of all, thank you so much, Dr. Swarab. See, you has been always like a, family member to me. And what I want to say in this platform is that you are doing amazing, brother, because you, since I have known you, since the time I have known you, the methods, the techniques, the way you teach the techniques to the students, the transparency, the easy way of imparting the knowledge, the skills, I think that needs a lot of जिसको बोलते हैं साधना, जो प्रैक्टिस एंड जो आपने जो इसमें जो काम किया है, and whatever you have gained and what you are imparting, the knowledge gains more when you spread. Knowledge ऐसा नहीं है कि आप लेके उसको बैठा रहो. And the thing you are doing is that you are going to every corner of the India or the world, or whenever I call you, you are just in a one word you say, okay, I'll be there. So I think that is a grand salute to you. The way you are, no, seriously, this is from my heart. This is nothing like that. And just keep it up. And I think these techniques, the amount of, service you are giving to the society, to the patients, to each and every level, the way of your, the health camps I have seen. I mean, this is a tremendous way of one can serve to the society with his skills. And for that, thank you, Dr. Saraf, so much. And be like this.
The feelings are always mutual, bro. The feelings are always mutual, because we as physios have the responsibility for the juniors coming up.
Yes,
all
definitely.
Who are passing now, they are into the BPT first years, second years, or are the students right now. They will somehow ask us down the line 10 years that what you have done for our profession. So
yes, exactly.
We as physios, we both as physios can reply them that we have done our part, or we are still doing our part. So that is a satisfaction that whatsoever we do for the profession, for the upliftment of our profession, is not only for us, our families, or for the sake of money or fame. It is in the whole benefit of our profession. And for all the physios who are listening to us, who are not listening to us, even the society will respect us more. The people like Virender Sehwag, he greeted especially to the physios because I received a message from him. He said that you physios are working in hospitals, even in COVID-19. I said, yes, sir, there are chest PTs who are working for them. He said, I'll send you a message, kindly spread it. So the people like Virender Sehwag, the people like those who have so much of presence, and those who are legends in various professions, they start respecting our profession, and then they know they can influence the policy makers who govern the physiotherapy profession. And these people, these influencers, these people who make policies, we need to set an example for all these people that we as physios are dedicated to working for society and our country, our nation. So this is a mutual feeling, bro. And thank you so much for your kind words. I don't actually I don't work that hard. That how much you have told me.
No, see, these are the feelings. Actually, my feelings. Yeah.
Brother. Okay. The last thing. What do you think the future of physiotherapy in India after this corona, and in 5 years down the line? say by 2030, say 10 years, what do you think the physiotherapy role is going to be?
See,
Physiotherapist
by
and the physiotherapy.
see after this COVID-19 goes off and the post-pandemic, I am sure there will be a lot of post problems coming up and post problems showing in the patients. Once the patients are out and they are healed, they will be having some kind of sometimes residual problems of the chest or the muscles or the whole body. So I think post already in this COVID-19 we have seen the importance of physiotherapy as I have mentioned. So
Right.
post COVID and the post COVID definitely physiotherapy is always a part of, now it has become a part and parcel of people's life. Physiotherapy is needed in any point, like one person goes to physiotherapy. So I
Right.
think that, yeah, so that importance will always be there, and the way now the people the people are taking charge and the next generation physios are coming and the knowledge is spreading, the techniques are coming up, the new techniques are going to the grassroots levels to the students. So I think this, if this continues, then by 2030, yes, definitely the Indian physiotherapy scenario is going to change, and there will be more and more qualified hands-on persons passing out physios coming out into the society to serve, and definitely the standard and the level is going to be really high. And as you told very truly, the respect has to be earned. The respect has to be earned, it is not be demanded. So when you prove yourself in the society with your skills, you will earn your respect definitely. That is the thing.
Yes, brother. Yes. So you were telling about the role and importance of physiotherapy. Let me just add on. See,
Yeah.
since the post-corona world is going to be a lot different from what we have seen so far, there will be increase in awareness about the health as well. People will be
Yes.
aware about the importance of fitness and the health industry as well. So
Mm.
we have this as an opportunity rather than we find opportunity in difficulties as well. So
Yes.
we can utilize this as an tool to aware people about the health and fitness, what people from the other professions are doing, and
Mm.
we need to, as physios, turn this obstacle into an opportunities,
Yes.
because uh, uh, one thing more that I want to add, the relevance of physiotherapy is starting right from the birth. We have pediatric physios. As the
Yes.
child grows, he plays some sports. We has sports injuries. We have a sports physio. As he
Mm.
grows older, he has some joint issues. We have orthopedic physio. As he gets a little more older, he gets Parkinsonisms and the nerve-related, neuro-related issues. He gets strokes. We have neurophysiotherapists. And when he
Mm.
gets old, we have geriatric physios. For women, we
Mm.
have different specialization in the gynec. For the
Mm.
chest related, we have issues related to which we have specialized chest PTs. So
Mm.
we from right from the birth to the till the death, we physios have covered everything, and you need
Everything.
physiotherapy at every stage in your life. So
Correct.
thank you so much, Jatin sir. Thank you so much for joining in. It was pleasure talking to you, and this was Dr. Abhijit Datta sir, who is one of the stalwarts of physiotherapy in the East, and he is the birthday boy today. I request
Thank
all
you
my
so much.
viewers, wherever they are, just wish him success, just wish him health, happiness, so that he keeps on working hard for the profession and rises in his life. And me as his brother, and all of you as the colleagues of physiotherapists, who is working so hard in the East to bring up brilliant results. And he is just like bearing the torch. And it feels so proud, Abhijit sir. I wish you once again a very, very, very happy birthday. And
Thank
thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much
Thank
for
you.
joining us. Make us proud. Go to Dhaka and rock the stage as you always do.
Thank you. Thank you so much. My pleasure, Saurabh. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining in,
Okay.
listeners. Tomorrow I'll not be here. Tomorrow I'm busy, and on Tuesday I have a lecture for the Telangana physios. So I'll be joining you live on 20th for the next episode of Physio Samvad on Wednesday. We have a guest from UK for dry needling techniques. So thank you, listeners. Thank you for joining in. See you on Wednesday, the 20th of May. Thank you once again, Abhijit Datta sir, and thank you all the listeners.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.